So, how's it going, guys? Just want to have a bit of a chat. We haven't really spoke that much during the hatching season, obviously because we've just been overrun with babies. But I wanted to have a chat with you guys because I do get asked pretty much a similar question quite on a regular basis, and that is, what should I price this animal at? So, in other words, they've hatched a unique ball python or something that's not sort of on morph market or anything like that, and they want to get a guideline of price. That's quite difficult, you know. The reason for that is because it's unique, it's a one-off. There's probably only one in the country that may be advertised that's up for sale. So it's very difficult to sort of stand there and put a price on something that, how can you put a value on, you know, on something that really technically, if you think about it, doesn't really exist. So it's a bit difficult, that one is. So hopefully in this little video I'm going to try and help you guys get an understanding of what's a value on that particular animal that you've just either, you know, you're thinking about buying, or you've just created and you want to sell because you've made another one. I'm going to try and help you guys to try and figure out a price. Cue the intro. Okay, as I said before the intro, I get quite a lot of questions regarding how to price a ball python. And again, remember, this is something that is unique to you. This is something what you see the value of. But what we don't want to do, we also don't want to damage the marketplace. And there's a fine line. There is a fine line between these being animals and it being a hobby, but also not wanting to sort of damage other people's length in the hobby. And what I mean by that is, this is why we have a market, is because if someone's in a project and they've spent so much time and effort and money, you know, buying that animal, growing that animal up, looking forward to pairing that animal with another animal to produce the offspring that will further their projects, knowing that the babies from that pairing would obviously help fund, you know, next year's food or the heating or the you know, new equipment. So really, when I talk about the marketplace, we're not talking about the money that you can make to go off and buy fancy sports cars and bigger houses, because it doesn't happen. But what I'm talking about is the money that we can reinvest back into our hobby. Gives us something to look forward to. So if you were a type of person and you went out and you just bred a pied to produce pieds to sell, I get that to a certain degree, provided that you remember that there is other people in the hobby that are trying to further their projects, who've spent time and effort to make those particular animals to help fund their other projects. Now, it's not about price fixing or price matching or beating people's prices. It's about selling the animal that you feel that it's worth, you know. You may want to sell that animal because you feel that animal at a particular price because you feel that's what it's worth, which is fine. The one thing you need to remember, guys, is if you place an animal up for sale, it's not going to sell within the next few days. It may not even sell in the next few weeks. It may take months. But trust me, when I say this, is it will sell. And the one thing I see people do is completely go around that, you know, they've put an animal, it's been up there for a few days, and all of a sudden it's not selling, so they drop the price. It's a wrong thing to do, guys. All you're doing is you're really sort of doing yourself an injustice, and also you're disrespecting, and I mean this with great respect, obviously, you're disrespecting other people who are spending time and effort to produce that animal for their collection. So what I mean by that is we've got to respect other people and other people's projects and how far they are in this hobby, or how far they're not, or how much they're progressing, because at the end of the day we're all in this together. It doesn't matter if you're breeding ball pythons, crested geckos, dart frogs, boas, berms, it doesn't matter. We're all in this hobby because we love it. We love working with animals, and we get a sense of satisfaction and enjoyment out of it. So with that in mind, let's, you know, there's a few things to keep in mind. So don't always think that you're going to place an animal up for sale and it's going to sell really quick, because it won't. We've just covered that. But what you've got to learn, guys, is patience. You've got to have respect, patience, responsibility. So you need those three things, I feel, to be in this hobby. You need that sort of, you've got to understand things, you need to price things. And listen, and I'm going to give you an example. A female pied hatchling in the UK will sell around about £400, okay? As an adult, a proven breeder female, she's probably worth about £1,000. So straight away, that female pied is an investment. And again, we're not talking about, investment as in like a house investment to make money and all that sort of stuff. We're talking about an investment into your collection. We're talking about an investment into your future projects, okay? So what you need to think of is, if it's too cheap, it could be too cheap to be true, or too cheap to be, it's too cheap to be good, that sort of thing. But again, you don't want to price it at £1,000, because other people's will be at £400. So you've got to find what you feel it's worth. I always advise looking on Morph Market, because Morph Market will give you a ball figure of what that potential animal's worth. But if that animal isn't on there, then again, you're going to struggle. So I always advise, speak to other breeders that are in that project. It shows a respect, I feel. Certainly if you're going to price something, look at what they're selling stuff for in that particular project. Then do a comparison. Does yours look the same? Is yours got extra genes, or has theirs got extra genes? Then adjust the price to suit, or drop them a quick message and just say, look, I've produced this, I've seen you do this, could you give me a ballpark figure of what you feel it's worth? That to me shows respect. That to me is showing that you're considering other people, you're considering other people's collections, you're considering the marketplace. And again, we're not talking about a value on an animal, we're talking about the marketplace as a hobby, as a project, okay? Because I could stand here and sell everything at £20, not a problem. But who am I going to actually really, I'm really going to offend a lot of people. I'm really going to hurt a lot of projects. And it's really not worth it. At the end of the day, it costs time and money, food, obviously, to feed these animals. And we've got to respect each other. And that's what it's all about, guys. It's very difficult for me to stand there and say, that animal is probably worth this, this, and this. Simply because, again, it could be down to the quality, it could be down to the genes, it could be to the location and where you are. You could be in a part of the country which is really isolated, and you're selling that animal for, let's say, again, we'll go back to a female pied, you could be selling it for £400. Well, you could be in a part of the country where you're quite remote, and someone getting there is going to be quite difficult. So what you could do is sell it at £400, but offer free reptile covering or free shipping, or just don't damage the project just because you feel that you're all the way up there and you can't sell an animal, or you're struggling, or whatever you. Meet them halfway. Say to them, look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll knock off £20 to help with the fuel for you to come and collect the animal. Good idea. Very helpful. Very, I feel very thoughtful for that person who's got to come all that way to buy that animal. There's more than one way to do things, guys, and that's what I feel the videos that I try and put out, and helping you guys with techniques on certain things. My way isn't the only way. There are multiple ways, but that's where I think we get stuck. We get stuck in a rut, and we just think that is the only way. It's like, instead of selling that animal, why don't you speak to another breeder, and if they've got something you want and you've got something they want, exchange. Okay, that way you haven't got to worry about really sort of putting up for sale and waiting for it to sell. And there's other options. That's all I'm going to say. There's other options. So pricing an animal is quite difficult sometimes, especially when it's a one-off or there's not any for sale in the UK or in your country, wherever you may be. But look at what it's worth, look at the project, look further afield. So if there's something that I'm going to sell in the UK that's not for sale in the UK, I'll look at the American market, and then obviously the prices are obviously different in the States compared to over in the UK, so I adjust to suit. Or I'll drop that breeder an email or a message or a text message just saying, hey, I've got this, I'd like to sell it, what are your thoughts? Could you please help me? I don't think there's anything wrong in that. Okay, so it's a real short video. I really hope this, you take bits from this video and just try and sort of help you price a project. Believe me, snakes don't always sell that fast, even for someone like me. They don't sell like hotcakes. It takes time, it takes effort. You've got to show, you've got to put the effort in, you've got to put the work in. I can tell you now, the only way you get somewhere is through hard work. And if you just post an animal on Morph Market and expect it to sell because people are going to go there, then you're mistaken. You need to use the social media that's available to you. Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, let's not talk about Facebook. Instagram, YouTube. And Instagram is actually, believe it or not, my nephew works for a marketing company, and Instagram is the #1 platform at the minute in social media for getting products to sell. So Facebook, I'm joking. So anyway, Instagram is the #1, that's serious. But what I'm trying to say, guys, send people messages, say, hi, didn't know if you're aware, the people that you've sold to in the past, I've got this and this, let me know if you want anything before it goes up on Morph Market. Well, give them an option, okay? Help them, show them. Crazy snakes making noises. Help them, show them, put it out to the people that have brought off you beforehand. Give them a bit of an exclusive list. Say to them, look, because you've brought off me before in the past, you get to see exclusive stuff before I put it up for sale. You've got to work, guys, you've got to work hard, and the only people that are successful, as The Rock says, and other people say, be the hardest working person in the room and you'll succeed. That's what it's all about. Okay, hope this helps. Please feel free to put any comments in the comment box below. If you've got any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Again, put them in the comment box. Please hit that like, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe bell. Love you all, respect you all, hope you're all well, hope you've enjoyed this season. This season has been a crazy season for me. I'm going to be doing a season update video towards the end of maybe November time, when we're sort of getting ready for the new season, but I'll do an update on every animal that I've kept, all that sort of good stuff, and we'll go over a few things, what's happened during the season and what I've found, the data I've collected, just to try and help you guys, okay? Hope you're all well, take care, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Just one thing, you guys do me a favour, just hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button for me, give it a thumbs up maybe, I don't know. It just gives me an idea, guys, of what you guys like to watch. Thank you. Love and respect you all, take care, have a great day. Speak to you guys soon.